For the next couple of weeks at Storytime, we're going to be exploring the people who live and work in our community helpers. And this week we are going to be talking with a mail carrier. We've been learning some sign language over the last couple of weeks. This is the sign for a mail carrier. You're going to be take your thumb and put it on your bottom lip and move it to your palm of your hand. So kind of like you're licking a stamp. Like that, and then you're going to point to your shoulder like you've got putting a bag on your shoulder. So mail carrier. Can you do that again? Mail carrier. So we're going to be meeting a mail carrier. Michael. Hey, welcome to the Ohio County Public Library Storytime Online. Let's get ready to get our alligators out this morning. Are you ready? A is for alligator, chomp, chomp, chomp. B is for bouncing, so we'll hop, hop, hop. C is for circle, so let's turn around. And D is for we all sit down. And we crisscross applesauce, ready to be a listener. My name is Miss Jennifer, and like I shared with you a few minutes ago, we are going to be talking about community helpers. And today, our community helper is from the post office. His name is Michael Warga, and he's a mail carrier. Right. So say hello, Michael.
Hello.
We're so glad to have him here. And Michael is going to start by sharing with us a book called Stanley the Mailman.
It's still dark outside, but the lights are on in Stanley's post office. Stanley gets up very early to sort all the packages and letters. Then he sets off on his scooter. Everyone will be waiting for their mail. The first stop is Myrtle's house. Myrtle is delighted. It's something she ordered from her favorite fancy shop in Paris. What a lovely big box. What a lot of tissue. What a tiny little hat. Next, Stanley stops at Seamus and Little Woo's house. It's a present for Little Woo. He's very excited. The present is from Grandma and Grandpa. But what is it? Luckily, Little Woo's dad knows. It's a kite. Thank you, Grandma. Thank you, Grandpa. The next stop is Charlie's house. Charlie has so much mail that Stanley has gone back to the post office to get his van. Charlie gets a lot of love letters. He's quite a catch. But not everyone is happy with what they get. Hattie has another speeding ticket. Thanks a lot, Stanley. Well, what a busy day. Time for supper, time for a bath, and time for bed. Good night, Stanley.
The end. Thank you so much, Michael. You know, Stanley the mailman delivered a lot of different types of things. Do the mail carriers in our community, do they deliver letters and packages and a lot of things like Stanley did?
Oh, absolutely. We deliver mail, letters, we deliver occasionally bills. We deliver magazines and comic books and packages.
Everybody loves to get mail, don't they? For the most part, unless you're getting a bill, everybody loves to get mail or a package. What are some of the ways in which really our mail and our mail carriers are community helpers? How is getting mail really important to us?
Well, there are some folks who really, they're separated by a long distance, and so they rely on the mail to communicate with each other. They like to send letters back and forth with loved ones. Then there are some folks who unfortunately can't get out as often anymore, and they rely on the post office to deliver their medicines.
All right, so the post office is really important. It's not just about just getting birthday presents. Sometimes you get things that are really vital and important to being able to live in our community, right?
Mhm.
So, what are some other things? Do people ever receive, we live in kind of a small county in a kind of a rural, state of Kentucky. Do people ever get letters or packages from like far, far away?
All the time, a lot more often than you would expect. Some of the places off the top of my head that I know that I have personally delivered from, we've delivered from China, the Czech Republic, England, Australia,
Wow,
So-
that's really far away.
all over.
Oh, wow, that's so exciting. All those packages from all over the world coming here to little Ohio County. I think that's pretty amazing. What though, when I think of the post office, I think of one time of the year though, that's probably your busiest time of the year. What's the busiest time of the year for the post office?
That would be Christmas time. Around that time, packages are getting sent all over the place, and we work really hard. We work pretty much as Santa's little helpers at that time.
Speaking of Santa, do you all help Santa by delivering some letters for him?
Oh, absolutely. Little boys and girls can write a letter to Santa, and that usually doesn't require a postage stamp. So you can write a letter, put it in your mailbox, and the mail carrier will pick it up and get it sent right off to Santa. And if you put a return address on it, he usually sends a letter back.
Oh, wow, how exciting. Oh, that would be so much fun to get a letter from Santa. So it might be something that you'd want to do. Take advantage of our postal service and our wonderful mail carriers to maybe connect with someone that maybe you haven't, that you live far away from. Maybe send a package to someone, or maybe even send a letter to Santa. That would be a lot of fun. I'm gonna share a story with you that's one of my favorites about a little alligator named Alfie. And Alfie was writing a letter to someone that he loved very much that lived far away, and it was his grandmother. You see, one day, Alfie wrote a letter to his grandma. And the letter said, "Dear Grandma, I love you. Please write back, Alfie." And Alfie addressed and stamped the letter. That's one of the things you have to do to send a letter. Put an address and a stamp. And he mailed the letter, and then he waited for Grandma to write back. And he waited the next day, and there's a mailman, and he said, "Sorry." And the next day, still no letter. And the next day, but Grandma's letter still did not come. That mail carrier got a surprise, and Alfie was in the mailbox. But the next day, Alfie did not wait for the mail. "Are you Alfie?" asked the mail carrier. "Do you have a letter for me?" asked Alfie. "No," said the mail carrier. "I have a box." A box. He was so excited. What could be in the box? Inside the box was a letter. And the letter says, "Dear Alfie, I love you too. Love, Grandma." And there was also a big batch of cookies. Hooray! The end. You can always count on grandmas to send a package through the mail to the people that they love. Well, speaking of people or people that you love, I know, Mr. Warga, that you have someone that you love very much, your daughter Miriam.
That's right.
And she has a favorite book that she loves for you to read. Would you mind sharing that with us today?
I certainly can. This book is called Don't Call Me Bear by Aaron Blakey. Give me just a sec. G'day, my name is Warren, and I've got something to share. Just because I'm furry doesn't mean that I'm a bear. I'll tell you how this started. It's been going on for years. Captain Cook said, "Hey, a bear." Those crazy pioneers. See, if they'd done their homework, then they'd know it wasn't true. Marsupials is what we are, and you should know that too. But if I got $1 every time you called me bear, I'll tell you what, no mistake, I'd be a millionaire. Australia doesn't have bears, except some at the zoo. You find bears up in Canada and polar regions too. I don't live in the USA and catch fish in a stream. I'm not some 10-foot grizzly bear who makes the campers scream. So I have had a gutful, and I'm sorry if I shout. I'm not a bear, I'm really not, and you need to sort it out. Kangaroos are kangaroos. You don't call emus chooks. A platypus is not a duck, even though that's how he looks. But why am I so different, pal? Yeah, what's your little game? Why am I the only mug you don't call by his name? Why am I the only one in the whole entire bush? You may not be a bear, mate, but you look like one, so shush! What a cute little bear. Yeah, bears are great. Yeah.
I love that one. That was a new title for me. I had never heard that story. Thank you for sharing it. That was a lot of fun. Well, let's get ready. Before we get ready to go, would you all stand up and do a song with me? Let's get ready to sing a song. Okay. So this song goes, I am a little letter carrier, so we're going to point to ourselves, who loves to do nothing better than I walk, walk, walk to your house to deliver a letter. Okay? Can you do that with me? I am a little letter carrier who loves to do nothing better. I walk, walk, walk to your house to deliver your letter. Now let's do run. I am a little letter carrier who loves to do nothing better. I run, run, run to your house to deliver your letter. I am a little letter carrier. I love to do nothing better. How about let's hop? I hop, hop, hop to your house to deliver your letter. Now let's try. I am a little letter carrier. I love to do nothing better. I drive, drive, drive to your house to deliver your letter. The end. Thank you so much for sharing with us today. It's so neat, all the different people that live and work in our community that make Ohio County a great place to live. Would you get ready to get your hands out? Our hands give thanks with a clap, clap, clap. Our feet give thanks with a tap, tap, tap. Clap, 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 tap, tap, tap. We roll them together and we wave goodbye. Join us again next week.